gosh. What? Houston, that's a giant. We can't even see him. Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and oh my goodness, I'm excited. I'm fired up. I know not everyone's a deer hunter, but Houston and I went over to Mill Creek yesterday evening and did some hunting, and I'm telling you, it's go time. It is time for us to be in the woods, and we've got to figure this out. We had a very exciting hunt. Houston was wanting to just harvest a doe with his crossbow. Black powder season has ended. We're back into archery season for a couple weeks, and then we'll roll into rifle season. And I don't know if you guys can hear how many acorns are falling. The ground is covered with acorns right now, and the deer's food source is shifting. Their patterns are shifting. The rut's kicking off. Bucks are chasing does. We had a heck of a hunt yesterday, and I'm getting pelted. Here's what I'm talking about. This is just a random example. One tree in my yard, thousands and thousands of acorns just falling everywhere. Anyway, so we decided to go over and do a little hunting at Mill Creek, setting a blind, just see what we could see. Houston was planning on shooting a doe. It just didn't work out in our favor until it got really close to dark. Big tree like that, big dead tree, maybe. There's a little bit of a scrape right here. Looks like maybe at least one deer's hit it since the rain.
Yeah.
Even though it's like 60 degrees outside, it's warm in here.
Yeah, it is.
Gonna have to open it up a little bit. Don't let go. Well, we're just getting settled into the ground blind. We're back over at Mill Creek, and muzzleloader season ended on Sunday, so it's Tuesday now, and it's back to archery season for a couple weeks, which isn't bad. Muzzleloader season's fun. It's something different, but Houston's, I think, itching to I would say break in the new crossbow. He's already broke in the new crossbow. He's already shot one deer with it, but he's got one more buck tag, a couple doe tags. He seems to think if there's a doe on this side of the blind, I need to shoot it tonight. And if a doe's on that side, he needs to shoot it. I think he's thinking about a double does. I don't know.
Oh, I need to take this out. That makes sense.
He had loaded his crossbow in a week. He forgot how to do it.
It's also really new. So.
Anyways, we got a lot of rain over the last several days. Today's the first day of sunshine. It's beautiful, like mid-50s, low 60s. It's gonna be an awesome evening. Just hope the deer cooperate. That's the left side. I mean the right side. That's my side.
I'm not shooting that bug.
I said it's my side, not your side.
Okay. It's probably the deer that were at the back of the field.
Where the heck did she come from? That doe was right in front of us. We didn't even know it. She was like 15 yards in front of your crossbow. I couldn't even point the camera. We had a doe standing right here. And then that little buck went and bumped her off. I don't know where the bigger buck went. He headed back off into the trees somewhere. That little buck keeps bumping them away from you, doesn't he?
Yes. They all start coming here, and then he comes, and they're coming this way, and then all of a sudden they just juke out, and then just go. That one's not fun on that yellow, I don't think. Come this way. Come this way. No, come here. Come here. Here. Here.
train.
Said I'm literally about to put him in the ground.
It's too blurry. It's too dark. He's less than 10 yards from us. Don't move. Oh my gosh. What? Houston, that's a giant. We can't even see him. He's a stud. Oh my gosh. Dude, that would have been a 10-yard shot. He's 15 yards in front of the end of your crossbow right now. All right, guys, we are 30 minutes past legal shooting time. We couldn't get out of our blind. So Houston was planning on harvesting a doe tonight, and we watched does all evening. And every time one of them got anywhere close to archery range for Houston with his crossbow, that little buck would chase them off. He chased little does, he chased big does, he chased every doe all around the field. And as we are putting our stuff away to get out of the blind, I said, hey, hang on, there's a couple deer on my right. A couple bucks ended up walking out. 2 bucks. First one, I tried to get some video for you guys, but he's big, but we've never seen him before. The second buck, we've never seen before, but by far the biggest deer that we've seen in person, on trail camera, anything all season this year. This guy was big, and he came out, milled around there, and we had to watch him after legal shooting hours for 30 minutes looking at him through binoculars. And he come up, he walked within 5 yards of our blind.
Yeah.
5 yards in front of Houston's crossbow. It's a good thing we follow all the laws, because you could have nailed that deer at 5 yards in the dark with that crossbow, but it wasn't legal. And it was way beyond good camera light for sure. We could see him, and we could see him through binoculars really well. The camera, it's real fuzzy, but we got a big buck to get after now.
Yeah.
That's what we've been waiting for. That's what the rut does. That's what, when these bucks start getting close to breeding season, you know, you could see that little buck was chasing does all around. Those bigger bucks, those 2 bigger bucks we've never seen before, not any game camera pictures of. And as a matter of fact, we watched the big buck walk within about 10 yards of our trail camera, skirted around the feeder, and did not get a picture of him. So he may have been coming in for multiple evenings, and we just didn't know it because we haven't been over here in a few days.
Yeah.
So I foresee the near future a lot more hunting at Mill Creek.
Yeah.
And it would have been really nice to be able to get a crack at that guy before muzzleloader season ended. But if we can get a crack at him with archery equipment, that's even better. The problem is we're limited to about 40 yards.
Yeah.
Versus 150 yards. So we've got about 2 weeks before rifle season starts. We're going to try to be smart, not hunt over here in the wrong winds, not come over here all the time and burn it out. But if we have a good wind and we have the time, we'll do just like I did today, pick Houston up from school, come straight over here and hunt. This time change really messes with our hunting, but it's okay. We found a big buck finally.
Yeah, this big buck. So he walked in. We thought there was just like two does and one buck coming out, probably 70 yards from us. You think? Maybe not that far.
Not quite that far. The first buck walked out. It was so dark. Houston said, "I think I can still shoot. I think I can still shoot." And I was like, he goes, "I think I'll just shoot that doe right there." And I said, "Man, it's like right." We had a couple minutes of legal shooting time left. He said, I think I can get her. And I looked at her through the binoculars.
And it was a he.
And she was a buck. I said, it's too dark. If you can't even tell it's a buck, we're not shooting. So, then the big buck walks out.
Yeah, that buck walked out probably within 10 yards of us too. And he's probably one of the prettiest deer we've seen here. But he wasn't just big. He had many points, but he wasn't very big. And then here comes this giant, and he's going up our trail, like where
away from us, away from us at first.
And then like probably 2 or 3 minutes later, we look and he's coming at us from like 40 yards away, and then he just keeps on coming, and then at one point he's at 5 yards, and then he's just roaming around in the field.
Yep.
For like 20 minutes, and I was not super happy.
He's probably the only buck that came in all night that Houston had multiple shot opportunities at. Now, it was too late, but as far as range and where he was at and how he was acting and not running around being silly, Houston could have shot that buck, the biggest buck that came in, I think probably at least 3 different times.
At least, because he came back within 10 yards again after just playing around in the field.
Yep. So, this is not the end, I guess. This is a to be continued situation.
Or a new starting point.
Anyway, so I know it was grainy, blurry video. Maybe you guys could get a little bit of a glimpse of why I was excited. I don't get too excited about deer very often. For me personally, it's more about my kids. That deer got me excited. It got my heart going. And he was, at one point, probably 5 to 8 yards from us. Too dark, way past legal shooting light. Too dark to even video the guy, really. But he's there. And that's what I get excited about. That magical time of year when the rut starts to kick off. Just for me personally, I've noticed that 2 to 3 week window, that time in between muzzleloader season and rifle season, is when bucks just magically appear out of nowhere. There was 2 bucks came in that we had never seen before. One pretty decent one and one stud. And now's the time to be in the woods to get a glimpse of one of those big mature deer. Problem is, today's the next day. Houston's at school. He wants to hunt this evening. The only wind that I'm not comfortable going in and hunting that big blind, that big shed blind out of, is an east wind. And that's what we have forecast for the next 2 days. So, I know that deer is very huntable. We're just not going to be able to do it out of that big ground blind. So I think I'll head over to Mill Creek. It's like 10:30 this morning. Deer should be out of that area. I may slip over on the opposite end of that field, kind of on the edge, on the downwind side, and kind of build us a little brushed in cedar tree makeshift temporary blind. I don't want to go set up a big pop-up blind. I just want to slide in there, cut a hole in some cedar trees, stuff ourselves back in there, and get us a place to sit. And I think I can get it set up midday, go get Houston from school, and maybe, just maybe, catch that big buck slipping up again right at dark today.
I need a way to hold it.
You ready, mountain man?
Yeah.
I just picked Houston up from school, and I came over here earlier, kind of looked around, and yeah, there's some deer beds out here in the field, huh? Yeah. I kind of looked around a little bit, and Thought I was going to find a place where we could tuck up in the timber, make us a little makeshift ground blind. I just didn't like the wind. It was east, northeast, east, southeast, just all over the place, and east was not the ticket. There are deer beds. Houston keeps pointing them out. There's deer beds all over this field. That's why I didn't cut hay here this year. Anyways, it gives lots of good bedding, a lot of good cover for the deer. But I came over to the cabin to check everything out and ended up finding all kinds of deer rubs and scrapes. There's a scrape. That was a small game trail, yeah. Not a deer trail, probably. There's a scrape in the yard of the cabin. So east wind is perfect to hunt here. So we're going to sneak in here and just set in the cabin this evening, because I don't think it's a good idea to hunt that other spot with the east wind. It's just too risky. It's kind of like deer hunting.
This is smart deer hunting.
Smart deer hunting? Well, it's a good way to keep our scent down, that's for sure. I haven't seen a deer, have you?
No. I'm watching no more behind him.
He must be elk hunting. I hear elk bugling over there.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, last night did not go as planned. We did not see a single deer. But I did put up a camera there by the cabin yesterday, and I found several scrapes right there close, and then there's 4 or 5 rubs on some small little saplings behind the cabin. And 30 minutes after we left, the deer moved in after dark. A couple little bucks come through, several does, but I'll tell you this. November is here, and November is a magical time of year to be in the deer woods. If you're a deer hunter, it's the magic season. And when Houston and I got up this morning and checked all of our Tacticam, trail cameras and looked at all of our pictures, I think there were at least 3 and maybe 4 different new bucks that we have never seen popped up on camera last night. And after Houston and I we hunted at Mill Creek last night. When we left, we pulled out on the highway. You leave our property and maybe half a mile's the highway. You can hear it in the videos for sure. It's at least half a mile. Well, we saw the buck that Houston passed up on from the night before, the one that come out, glowing beautifully in the sunlight. Almost hit him with the pickup truck. I mean, there was a doe crossing the road, and that buck was just standing there in the middle of the road. I literally had to stop and honk my horn on my pickup to get him to run off. Thankfully, we did get pictures of him later in the night last night at a deer feeder, still with that doe. So he did not get hit by a vehicle, but I almost took him out. And if I wasn't paying attention, I would have nailed that deer. So, dogs, knock it off. Kelsey, hey, Kelsey, I'm trying to have a conversation. I'm trying to talk here. Chill out. Just a minute. Can you? Because I don't think you will. Or we'll go play somewhere else. Y'all go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. I'm trying to talk. Anyways, as you can see, deer season is fired up. The rut is kicked off. It's officially the greatest time of the year to be in the deer woods. Hey. Go play somewhere else. Please. Go play somewhere else. Please? Please? So I foresee a lot of good deer action in the woods in the near future. I don't know if I'll harvest a deer this year. I haven't shot a deer in, I guess, 3 years. It's 2021 was the last time I shot a deer. But I've said many times, I get so much more enjoyment and have so much more fun out of seeing my kids harvest deer, and sitting in the woods with the kids is it's so much fun. And I don't know if Emily's going to do any deer hunting this year. I'm going to try to talk her into it. I think she'll be able to by rifle season. She'll be able to shoot a rifle, and we might get Jacoby out here. I don't know what we're going to end up doing, but I love deer hunting, and clearly you guys are enjoying the deer videos this year. The deer hunting content is getting really good views, and I love that. That's crazy. It's awesome to me. I know not everyone agrees, and some folks, you know, I posted a little short video of that deer that Houston passed on Facebook the other day, and there were several folks that were like, if you're deer hunting for meat, I get it, I understand it, but you're clearly just trophy hunting. And I don't mean to take offense or anything like that. I just don't think some folks understand. I don't know what else to do or say or show you guys. Houston's harvested 2 does. There's no trophies there. Houston harvested a really nice buck during the youth rifle season, and we're going to get a European mount done so he can hang it up and display on his wall or in the shop and have stories for the future. If he's holding out now and passing up on younger bucks because he wants to kill a big, what you would call trophy, and we may call it a trophy, that's okay. It's perfectly fine. We're going to harvest that deer and have it processed and put it in the freezer. We're still going to eat it. Just because he wants to hold out for a bigger buck, there's nothing wrong with that. And as a matter of fact, I'm super proud of him, because the deer that he passed up 2 nights ago, I promise you, I didn't pass up deer like that until I was probably 25 years old. I would have shot that deer any day up until, like I said, maybe 25 years old. So it's just all about opportunities and what opportunities folks have and where they hunt and how they hunt. When I was growing up around here, we shot the first buck that walked out. It was just part of it. But back then there were only certain days of the season that were classified as doe days. And even aside from that, the older folks, the older generation back then, didn't believe in harvesting does. There could be 15 does in a field, and if one little forked horn buck walked out, that's who got shot, because they didn't believe in harvesting does. And I think things have evolved and mindsets have changed. There's been a lot of research over the years that suggests it's better to take out some does than those young bucks, because quite honestly, that little forked horn buck that walks out with his first set of antlers is the dumbest deer in the woods most of deer season. He is. He's like the guy that all the rest of the bucks just send out into the field and go, hey, you walk out there and let us know if it's safe, and we're going to stay back here in the woods and watch. Those older deer that, you know, you may say is just us trophy hunting, those old mature bucks, it's a chess game. It's a cat and mouse game. We had one come in last night, as a matter of fact, here on this property that we live on, that we're running multiple game cameras on year round. A buck came in last night that kind of got me fired up. I would probably go hunt this deer, and he's not a giant trophy. He is just a really cool looking, probably very old, very mature buck. And that's kind of what fires me up a little bit. So anyways, call it trophy hunting if you want. I really don't care. We're going to harvest deer, and we're going to put them in the freezer, and we're going to eat them, and we're going to harvest deer and put in the freezer for some friends and family and some local churches. And it's just who we are. It's part of our culture. So guys, remember, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know. It just might change the world. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could get cameraman Ron out here to do a little deer hunting? I miss that guy. I wish he was still around. He was a good friend. Not many people on this earth are made like cameraman Ron was. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video, hopefully with a big buck in hand.